Hi, you're listening to the Big Sound Small Town podcast, where you will hear all the big sounds from a small town perspective. I am your host, Sandy Carlton, and this podcast is brought to you from our friends at Defiant Whiskey, distilled in beautiful Golden Valley, North Carolina.
Hi, my name is Kathleen Parks, and I'm fiddler, singer, songwriter for Twisted Pine.
I'm Chris Sartori, I play the bass for Twisted Pine.
I'm Ann Fung, and I play the flute for Twisted Pine.
All right, let's start this then. Okay. Let's start with the flute. Not your traditional bluegrass instrument by any chance, means, or shape.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did that happen exactly?
Well, for me, I actually was playing in kind of like an Irish pub band for a long time, and we were just like trying out different rep, and our band name was called the Bombadils. So we were actually playing, we were named not after the Lord of the Rings character,
Right.
but after the tune In the House of Tom Bombadil
Okay, that's cool.
by Nickel Creek.
Yeah.
So, we started learning that tune because we're like, this is the tune that inspired our band name. And I was like, you know what? I kind of like this more than Irish music.
Yeah.
So then I started going down that rabbit hole. I checked out Nickel Creek, and then I just kept going back and back and
There
back.
is a similarity, you realize, although different instrumentation, there is the same type of vibe at Nickel Creek and Chris Thiele. Chris's different incarnations other than Michael Dave that runs through your music.
Definitely.
Which is great because that's a good crowd to grow from, because it's also a young crowd. A lot of bluegrass is full of old people, and you guys, you're fitting yourself right in. So you probably came from a classical music background.
Yeah, I mean, really, really early on, I started with Suzuki, but I also...
I did too. That's the best way to go.
Yeah, I really developed the ear quick.
It does. I always tell people, if you want to learn fiddle, learn Suzuki, because it really teaches you fast and it teaches your ear.
Yeah.
I did Suzuki flute, too.
Yeah,
There's Suzuki flute, too, which I
it's
did.
probably the same. Probably works as good. I don't know.
It is good.
So,
But I come from a very Irish family, so I started taking Irish fiddle lessons when I was about 9.
really?
Yeah, and I did that for a really long time, and it wasn't until I moved to Boston that I found the Berkeley Roots Music program.
So who's Berkeley trained here?
Just me.
Okay.
And Dan,
And Dan.
our mandolin player.
Our mandolin.
I mean, that's another thing I can pick out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
There's 3 schools I can pick out. I kind of almost even know the difference. One of them's Belmont in Nashville, and the other is East Tennessee Bluegrass School, which they're totally straight up bluegrass by the book.
Yeah.
So I mean.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was funny to move further north to find really southern music.
All right. What about you?
I grew up playing like R&B and funk and sort of like jam.
Yeah.
And I played electric bass until college.
All right.
And I always loved bluegrass, and I had a banjo that I dabbled on and still dabble on.
Yeah.
So in college, when I started playing upright, those like performance opportunities just became possible. And I had a bluegrass band. I was at UMass out in Western Mass, and there's a good scene out there. And after I graduated, I moved back to Boston. And one of the first jams I went to in the city was at Dan, our mandolin player's house.
Yeah.
And like I was immediately like playing bluegrass gigs after that.
That's
So
pretty cool.
I sort of fell in that
I also work
way.
as a bass player. Of course, I have played bluegrass as a bass player because there's not a lot of really good upright players. so it does cut down the competition. I mean, I'm a fiddler too, but there's tons of great fiddlers. But bass players, particularly that can play electric and upright, becomes a little different and understands how to work it within. I mean, there's a difference between playing acoustic upright and electric.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, 2 different instruments.
Yeah, we lucked out. We found a pretty good one.
Yeah, I think y'all did. I really, you guys have been my favorite, like I said, since you've been here. I really thought, and this is between us, but it's going to be public, but you guys should have closed the show last night. Don't get me wrong. the band that closed, I won't say who they are. They're a really good jam band. But you guys are a better jam band.
Thank you, man.
You guys have been on fire. It's also so different than anything else.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that attracts me. You hear a lot of the same stuff, and there's varying degrees of how good it is. And mostly at festivals or places like this, all the levels are good. But then when you have people come out with something totally different, and that's what you guys are doing. It's your Celtic background, but your fiddling is different too than the other people here.
Yeah, I definitely got maybe a few more grace notes in there or something, a couple of rolls. You never know.
I'll tell you,
It's definitely still part of my sound
I'll
for
tell you
sure.
a funny story. I was taking classical violin, and I had Irish uncles, and they came to my mom and dad and said, they were everything Irish that you think of. They were drunks, they were fighters, and they were fiddlers. And they came to my folks and they said, you can't let that boy just take classical lessons. He needs to. That's just not a manly type thing to do. So they said, we'll teach him how to play Irish fiddle tunes. And I was really reluctant because I was kind of scared of those guys, but they had the prettiest girlfriends I'd ever seen. I found out when I grew up they were hookers, but I didn't know. So I learned the Irish fiddle, and would I tell you that it was something that I really enjoyed? No, but I was scared to death of those guys, so I did it. Then I went to Tom and
Did you
Gerald's
like
house.
it? Oh, you did?
Yeah, that's a good thing about living in North Carolina.
Whoa.
I went to Tommy's.
Cool.
But, okay, intonation, Tommy had none. I mean, it was close, but not close enough. But he had such a good bow handling rhythm. It made it danceable. It made it.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a lot of the spirit is a lot of
Totally.
it.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Gotta
y'all
keep
got-
the feet moving.
y'all got something new coming soon?
Yeah, we've got a new record called Love Your Mind coming out October 18th.
Yeah.
And we're really excited about it. We've been playing the new songs like this, throughout the summer, and we're adding more and more of them all the time, and gearing up for the big release in October. And it's been really fun. It feels like we're really starting to take flight with our sound and really comfortable
Are you
in our
guys gonna back
sound.
this up too? I mean, are y'all going to continue to tour on when it comes out in October? You're going to take it on through the rest of the year too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be
Yeah.
out like September, October through
November,
the end of the year.
December.
Actually, it's kind of crazy.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
very busy, which is good.
That is, that is really, really good. So that's, when is that coming again?
October 18th.
October 18th. That's really good.
Thank you.
So what has been your favorite thing you've done this summer on tour? Where's been your favorite place?
Earl Scruggs Festival, obviously. Come on.
It is. I will
Earl
tell
Scruggs
you,
is a good one.
It is a good one because as opposed to a lot of festivals, it's a nice place. I mean,
Yeah,
It's cool.
It
The
is
horses
nice.
are so interesting.
Yeah.
You can step in and get some AC when you need.
True, that is good.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, it is really cool festival. I saw you guys all jamming on the little, little Lester.
Yeah,
So,
that was a fun.
Yeah, I
I bet
love those
That was
guys.
a grand slam.
Yeah, that was, because I mean, that's pretty good, because those guys were really great.
They're awesome.
Yeah,
Jerry played on our record actually.
Really?
Yeah,
I
we
was
have
getting
it.
ready to ask, that's where I was going. Where'd you guys record this at?
We did it up in Boston. There's
Yeah.
a studio that we work at a lot called Dimension Sound.
Right.
And it's in Jamaica Plain in Boston, and we work a lot with this guy Dan Cardinal, who's an engineer producer, and it's his studio. So we sort of co-produced it together, and this will be the third record that we've made with him.
With him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Jerry to come do some work on it?
Yeah. So we got a track down, and we were like, Jerry definitely has to play on this. Like, unquestionably, he needs a
Did
solo.
you just reach out? And,
So we sent it to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it-
Actually, at this festival a year ago.
yeah, I saw you. Oh, that's another
You-
thing I was going to. You guys are so much tighter this year.
Well, you know what's funny is last year Chris had to suddenly stay home because he was exposed to COVID.
Yeah, I was in a studio. I was at a recording session for like 4 days with somebody who, on the 4th day, was like, "Hey guys, sorry, I have COVID," and I was scheduled to fly here like the next morning, so I had to like make that call and be
You're
like,
feeling kind of off.
yeah, I was
right?
feeling a little weird,
You're
but I
like-
had also been in the studio for the week,
Yeah.
and so I was like, I don't want to go and get everybody sick with COVID.
Because we had a big tour, like
is-
right
yeah,
after
right.
That
Earl
is also,
Scruggs.
that is the difference too. Now that I think about it,
Yeah.
that nails the difference. And yeah, that's a big. You should feel good about that.
Yeah. Well, it was funny
I mean,
because
it's like almost a different band as far as the tightness goes.
well, we were a different band last year.
But we actually had the Earls of Leicester bass player Dan Kimbrough
Yes,
sit
and
in.
he is
He
very good.
saved
He's a
the
beast.
day.
He's a monster.
He learned the
yeah.
music in one night,
Yeah, I mean,
and it was insane.
did y'all come up here and just rehearse it with him, or did you just send
We
it to him?
ran it once. We had 40 minutes.
Not even everything. Probably.
We didn't even run everything, and he
He's so good.
He's a
crushed.
professional.
And we were like, "Oh my god!" He made charts for every song. We were like, "I don't even. I don't know all the chords for all of our songs."
That's the bad thing to do about those guys. They do chart that stuff.
I know. I'm like, wow, this guy's a genius.
Yeah,
But
so, I mean, that's how they can do that stuff. Though.
But yeah, a year ago we saw Jerry at this festival, and he was like, "When are you guys making a record? I want to like be a part of this somehow." And it was like really sweet to like have him reach out to us in person. And then we knew we could reach out about the track, after that.
Right.
Yeah,
Which
we-
was nice.
We have a nice little connection with the Earls too, because we actually opened for them a few times, different times,
Right.
for some tours. So they've been really supportive of us, and we really appreciate
One of my
them.
favorite people in the world, probably the nicest guy, one of the nicest guys in all the music business. Who do you think it is?
I would say Jerry.
Yeah.
Jerry would be one of them,
Uh-huh.
but it's Sean Camp.
Oh, Sean Kim.
I
We
thought
love
maybe you were
Sean.
gonna
He's
say that
one
We
of the
love Sean.
nicest,
Yeah.
most genuine. Also, he's a very charming guy.
Yeah.
Oh, we know that.
He's charmed. He's charmed
We
us
know.
all.
We know.
Yes.
I mean, Jerry is straight up great guy,
Uh-huh.
but Sean's got a charming type thing about him.
He does.
He's got that like Southern gentleman
He
vibe.
does.
Yeah.
And he's so
Got that
nice.
twinkle in his eye.
How many times did you play today?
3 so far.
And y'all playing again?
We're gonna
right?
do some sit-ins,
Yeah.
like a Shadowgrass sit-in and AJ Lee.
Yeah.
sit-in.
Shadowgrass, that's a great young band.
Great,
There.
yeah.
It's fabulous. I'm good because noise is part of. I try to make this as real as I
Okay.
can. Clean this up, it's be like, were you really at the festival?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they should be talking louder.
I do appreciate y'all taking the time because I know you're busy.
We appreciate it.
I'll
It's good to
send
talk
you.
to
I'll
you.
send you a link on
Great.
this.
Cool.
And, I don't exactly know when it'll be because we got work to do after the festival. We're actually going to Rhythm and Roots from here. Too.
Sweet.
nice.
Man. We
That'll
were
be
there last year.
Oh yeah. We were there last year.
Yeah.
We didn't cover that last year, but we went to a different place last year,
Cool.
right after this.
Cool.
I do appreciate you guys coming.
Aw, we appreciate
Good
you,
talking.
Sandy.
Honor to
Thank
have
you.
you guys on.
Nice to meet you,
Thank
Sandy.
you, Sandy.